Welcome to Coffee with Blaine. There's some coffee. A little under half a cup. There's some Blaine. Little under half a Blaine. And this is Coffee with Blaine. Joe, good morning. GOKD. I'm not sure what that is, but sweet. How you doing, bro? How's your day? Good, Morrow. It's just you and me today. What do you want to chat about, Joe? What's going on? Sorry, I had to move my feet as I was saying your name. That wasn't an intentional accent on your name. I see. That happens. Sausage Thumbs was my nickname in college. No. What you up to? What you doing today? I don't have a lot. Oh, Spawn King. Megan, what an awesome YouTube handle. Is that a gaming title? I mean, you die a lot in Halo. I don't know. Because like a respawn is like after you die, you come back. So if you're the king of that, or maybe you're the making people respawn. There it is. You're the reason for the for all of the respawns. Sean. Sean's the Spawn King. He's the gamer. I got you. It is lunchtime in a lot of places. Yes. It's almost lunchtime here, honestly. 10:43. It's about to camping the spawn. Oh, you're just hanging out waiting for a respawn to pick them off right when they show up. I get it. I'm hip. No, I normally play like one-player games. So, for me, it would be hitting a meditation point and all the enemies respawn because I healed myself. Yeah. I've been just finished a game called Chained Echoes, which was really good. It's like a old school Chrono Trigger / early Final Fantasy / early Dragon Quest type of SNES style JRPG. I've sunk a lot of time into that. Game. It was fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And now I'm kind of rolling through other games looking for something to latch onto like that. Yeah. So Megan, how you doing? How you been? It's been a minute. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, I just wanted to pop on here for a bit because I was all excited because of all the tunes in the works. It's it's amazing that that when I'm actually doing stuff, music comes out. I don't know how that happens, but it does. Yeah, so I spent a couple hours last night getting on this mic right here. I love this mic. I have other really nice mics as well. I'm talking into one. But for most things, I tend to just go to this guy. I don't know, I just like it. Speaking of which, I left it on all night because I'm not that bright. Yeah. So I was laying down the first official track with my amazing Kamaka ukulele. It's on my Instagram story, a little snippet of it. It's for a Ouija tune called 5-Year Plan. And that tune is a couple of firsts for me, actually. So it'll be the first recording of my Kamaka ukulele, which through this mic sounded really good. Had a lot of fun dialing in some tones, as they say. And that recording is also the first, going to be the first recording of me ever on my lap steel, as well. And you can hear the lap steel part in the Instagram story of me recording the ook. And I think I might have posted it up when I recorded it at the time too. But yeah, I'm super stoked for that. It was a nice productive night last night. Also, I think tonight, technically at 9 p.m. California time or midnight Eastern Standard Time, the new Island Asylum drops. And that is a brutally heavy song. You can hear clippets. Yeah, why not? You can hear clips of it, snippets, clips of it, clippets. I'm just shortening everything. You can hear that on my story, but you can hear them all on the Island Asylum page. They've been posting a few sections. That one was really cool. It's brutal 7-string new metal style with some fun, sweet picking outros and stuff. Yeah, hit me with a question, Joe. Megan, just doing the usual, working, busy doing the mom thing. It's early for me. Looking forward to the few concerts we haven't lined up. Dead and Company, you're gonna catch that last bit of the Dead. I love it. Then Slightly Stupid, Sublime with Rome, Atmosphere, Movement, end of July, right before the kids go back. That sounds amazing. Heck yeah, love it. And yeah, that's awesome, Megan. And what else? Yeah, we have the Island Asylum tune, which is a lot of 7-string. On that tune, I'm playing both the guitars. Well, all the guitars. I think I recorded like 5 or 6 guitar parts for that. And yeah, that one's brutal. I even got the filter guitars in there in the verses, which I was really happy with. I really like the way the bass turned out. I've been doing a lot of bass tracking for Island Asylum, so it's been really nice getting to bust out the brutal 5-string drop A bass riffs. And then, so that comes out basically tonight at 9, technically tomorrow. Crystal, good morning, sis. How are you? And then the day after that, Doha's Daydream is dropping No In Between single featuring Man of the Forests, Derek on violins. I was super blessed to come up with the idea, arrangement, vibe of the music for the song. Engineer Doe's vocal sessions. I got to engineer the drum sessions as well, which features her drummer PJ. A lot of you know PJ, my old roommate on the drums. Sounds really good. And then Chris, her guitar player, on the acoustics. And then I played the electric part and the bass. Doug, her trumpet player, who's also the one who's been giving me trumpet lessons over the past, I don't know, 9 months or so. He plays trumpet on this tune. And then, yeah, Derek, Man of the Forest, on violins. And then Jeff at Conatown from the Pepper Camp. Mixed and mastered the tune. Yeah. I got to engineer those vocal sessions. I really like the way her voice turned out on this. So super stoked for that. That drops basically tomorrow at 9 p.m. Technically, the tune drops Friday and Saturday, but it's the 12 p.m. And if you're in California, it's 9 p.m. So you get a little bit early. Can you play the guitar solo of Renegade? That's a fun one, man. I haven't played that in a couple of years. I'm gonna hold on to that suggestion, and then I'm gonna refigure it out, and maybe I'll post it up as a playthrough. That's a great idea. Thanks for bringing that up. Out of all your music recorded, what song has challenged you the most? Songs are so many songs have challenged me in so many different ways. Like I am expounding the limits of my playing in the last few years by taking on all these different recording challenges. Playing a lot of bass is challenging. Some of those Island Asylum parts are like slap bass rhythms, kind of, a la Fieldy or whatever, though definitely not as fluent, but inspiration drawn for sure. And from some old like funk bass or Flea type of bass lines. Funk bass or Flea, I know they're not the same. But obviously Flea is very inspired by the funk bass as well. Anyway, yeah, that's some of those parts are super challenging. Some of the like the guitar sweeps at the end of the new Island Asylum tune that's about to drop, that had some challenging. Figuring out how to filter the guitars to sound very 90s in the verses holds challenge. Just recording techniques, getting good miking techniques, especially with acoustic guitars and ooks. That is super challenging. Like I'll record parts and then take a whole day to record, realize that the tone isn't right, and then have to try a whole new approach. So I wouldn't say it's wasted time in the studio. I'd say, since it's my studio, a lot of this. And that's the other thing. When I'm not in my studio, then there's the pressure element of having everything rehearsed and ready to go, because you don't want to waste other people's time when they're paying for stuff. So that's a challenge. But a lot of it is playing different instruments. So when I recorded, if you listen to the lap steel on 5-year plan, I think I had been playing lap steel for like a week. And it's very challenging. And to kind of be able to come up and craft something record worthy when I wasn't expecting to. That was the most recent super challenging thing for me. Well, that's not true. I have a tune coming up that I'm working on recording. It is probably going to be the most challenging and frustrating thing because I am attempting to record myself playing trumpet. And with all the work that I've done, I'm still amateur at best. But I know there's some good takes in me, and I know I can, like, I wrote the part, I love the part. Just getting the right mic combination, the right execution, the right intonation for the song. All of that has been super challenging. I've been working on it kind of for months, mostly just practicing. But that's probably going to be the most challenging thing. Once I have it down, I'm sure you'll see a clip of it because I'll be super proud of it. Sometimes it's also very challenging when you're playing with people who are incredibly talented. So for the last Hyrie record, Mood Swing, a lot of that was recorded live. And to get that live feeling, we had to have a live keyboardist and organist, and we had to have another guitar player to cover all the parts. And the other guitar player was Aaron Dugan, who has been Modest Yahoo's guitar player forever. He's one of my favorite guitar players. He's so good, like beyond good. And being in situations when you're playing with people of that caliber in a studio situation is a lot of pressure. And so that can be really intense as well, because you wanna everything you put forward has got to be super on par. I never claim to be the greatest musician, but I always try to be the most prepped musician. I know some people can get away with just spinning gold off the cuff, but I'm not one of those people. I sit down, I do my homework, and I come in with ideas. Thank you, Jacob. Good morning. And there's Megan on Facebook now. Let me scroll back. Did I miss anything? Concerts. Just saw Fia and Catch a Fire. That sounds amazing. Speaking of awesome guitar players, Catch a Fire's guitar player is amazing. He also plays with J-Boog, a bunch of other people, but that kid is fire. Definitely my songs, they're super complex. Just kidding, my music is super easy. Yeah, but your music gives me a chance to really challenge myself, Weege. Put together different sets of ideas, different tones, different textures, different instruments. Yeah. Jacob, you've been out there rocking it with the band. You are talented, though. I know you can figure it out beautifully. Thank you, man. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like the challenges make me a better musician and keep me focused and keep me improving myself just in general. So it's always been my theory, unless there's something that's going to hurt you or be bad for you, but for the most part, try to just say yes to every opportunity and then figure it out. Shad, hope you're doing amazing. What's the blend today? I'm not sure what this blend is. My good buddy Steve Stoddard sent me a bunch of coffee, and this is one of the blends. It's not one of the fancy ones. It's nice, but it's not one of those single origin ones or whatever. They're little coffee bean cartoon characters on the front. So, yeah. Lap steel to studio in a week. Yeah. I literally got my lap steel, practiced for a couple days, posted a video. Weege said, "Here's a song. Play lap steel." I said, "Okay." So I did. Jacob, oh yes, you on the bass and the horns. How sick. Really am trying to set up catching a show. Need to say hi and gift you a pin in person. That would be awesome, Jacob. I appreciate that. Steel sharpens steel. Josh, good morning. You definitely know about Steelworks, bro. But yeah, just always trying to get better. I love playing bass. It was my first instrument. Yeah. I want to say I started playing upright bass
in 6th grade. The orchestra teacher needed players, so they recruited me because I played trombone. So I've been playing bass for a while in several different settings. I used to play in my late teens, early 20s. I used to play bass in a like classic rock cover band. Yeah. Korik was slaying it. Yeah. Kid is fire, man. If you get a chance, check out Korik on any of the social media platforms. He's so talented. Did you see my message? I got AP to do a feature on 5-year plan. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I love that. I have songs falling out of my pockets if anyone needs one. Hell yeah. Lauren, good morning. Happy new day. Heck yeah. But yeah, so much going on. Island Asylum dropping at tonight/tomorrow. Doa Daydream dropping tomorrow/Saturday. Saturday, I have a show at the San Diego at the Del Mar Fairgrounds with Stephen Marley and Hyrie. That's going to be fun. And I got weed stuff. I got to do comps for the ook tracks, unless you want to do all my comps, Weege. And I got new Hyrie music coming out. You guys can check out my Instagram for that. Trish basically dropped me a beat that was pretty full. Had all the shadow and the skank and a little Hawaiian vibe. Guitar parts already laid, so I laid some nylon string guitar. Again, using this mic, which I really love, with my Taylor 314 CN, and that was a really fun project because I was weaving the nylon string in and out of the guitar parts that were already there, just kind of filling in spaces. And then the Slightly Stupid horn section, De La and Andy on sax and trombone laid down the horn section for that song. And I just heard the first little snippet of that last night, so I posted it up to my story. Sounded so good. The beats recorded by Leslie, great producer out of Hawaii. He did a lot of stuff with the Hot Rain Band, J-Boog, and The Green. I believe he was the original drummer. But yeah, that tune is fire. I'm excited for that. I'm excited to be a part of that one. I saw Weird Al at the Del Mar Fairground as a kid. Yeah, I saw Weird Al several years back. He's one of my biggest inspirations as a childhood inspiration. It's why I like so many styles of music, and it's why my Instagram story is so ridiculous. I go from power string-filled, almost rock ballads to new metal reggae to Americana on to some straight Hawaiian to jazz to whatever. A lot of that's because of Weird Al. Red Rocks got blasted by hail last night. 7 people in the hospital. Tons of sewer. Oh, that's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. One would think they would have closed it for that. Yeah, I love nylon string too. I have a whole project of nylon string stuff that will come out someday. Yeah, I know, Josh. But it's funny because you work with steel, so yeah, I like being in situations. When I was in college, one of my music professors told the class that you should always be the worst person in your band. And what he meant by that is if you play with people who have something to offer you, you will have the opportunity to get better. Even if they're not necessarily like, if I'm playing with a singer who can't play guitar, but they have a great sense of musicality or songwriting, I'm going to learn something about songwriting. If I play with, a guitarist, even if they're not necessarily like, they may approach the instrument in a different way. You know what I mean? You want to play with competent people who have something to bring to the table, and something that you can learn from. But explaining it is much harder than just saying, be the worst person in your band. Which is honestly why I joined Hyrie, because of the top-notch musicianship. Jennifer, good morning. Good morning. Weege, that's how I played basketball. I hated playing street courts with scrubs. Well, that took a turn. Not like that I love losing, but I learned more playing against skilled basketball players. Yeah. What is it? Test your metal, bro. Oh, look, I got a bunch of messages from Weege. Yeah, man, I'm excited for that feature. I won't say anything until you're ready to say anything, but yeah, that should be cool. Cool. What else? Oh, got to mail out a bunch of merch today. So thank you to everyone who's been DMing me. I basically put everything on hella sale. So my margins were pretty slim anyway, but I made them even slimmer because I want to get this stuff out and get some new stuff in, some new designs in. So if you're interested in cool things like buttons or magnets or mouse pads or essential oils or guitar string and pick pendants or just guitar picks in general or any of that stuff, shoot me a message and I'll add yours to the orders going out today. It would be very helpful and I'd appreciate it. Also, if you definitely want to help me stay in the studio, you can join my Patreon, because your support is what helps me be able to sustain these artistic endeavors, because it's expensive and time consuming. And I appreciate all those who have been supporting me. Thank you. Chelsea, are you on here writing novels? That's awesome. Shots fired, yo. Pew, pew, pew. That probably just got me kicked off of YouTube. What else you guys want to talk about? You guys got questions? You guys got whatever? I was just excited, so I wanted to share some stuff with you. I'm going to try to hit the gym today, which is what I say every day, whether I hit the gym or not. But I'm going to try. Damn it. Mailing out some merch today. I think I'm going to set up a P.O. box. Yay, self-employment. What else? What else am I going to do? Practice. Practice for the show on Saturday. Comp some ook tracks. Summer shows you're stoked for. There's not a lot of summer. We're not playing a lot this summer, honestly. So I'm stoked for all of them. All the shows we are playing are fire. There are going to be some shows with Stephen Marley. There's like Tahoe Reggae Fest. and some other various one-offs throughout. They're all basically one-offs for the most part. Yeah, a lot of fly dates, running around. But yeah, they're all spread out too. So then fall will come, and there should be an announcement at some point. If you're a Patreon member, you already know. Mickey, good morning. Oh, no, I was going to say, I think I have your envelope down there, but I mailed it yesterday. So be on the lookout. Yeah. Man, I think I ran out of stuff to say. Anybody else have any questions? Anything they want to ask? Anything that's been bugging them for years? There aren't many bands coming through Texas, Dirty Heads, this weekend, but it's supposed to be 105. Yeah, it got really, really expensive to tour. Yeah, really, really expensive. So I can see a lot of bands probably cutting back on the amount of dates and then trying to make the shows bigger and more epic, because bus rentals are insane right now, like crazy. Air travel is super expensive right now. Lodging is stupid expensive. Like literally everything is nuts. So I can see a lot of bands cutting back on the shows. Because we are in a recession. Or at least we were, according to the 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. But yeah, everything is booming in price. Basically, there were supply shortages for a lot of things. Companies raised their prices, but they never brought them back down when the supply showed up, basically. So we've had super high inflation, and incomes haven't gone up comparatively to the price increases. So people are spending less on anything but necessities because they have to spend more on necessities. And that means that private companies are getting less business, and their necessities like gas for the bus or parts or maintenance have gone up. So they raise their prices, which then makes that more expensive for the bands touring. It's it's just par for the course at the moment. And unfortunately, in the way that our economy is structured, the only way to kind of mitigate that is for people to open up their wallets and spend more money. But that doesn't make any sense when there's not more money to be made, if that makes sense. So if I don't make any more money, but I need to stimulate the economy, no thank you. Yeah. It's rough out there. So naturally, bands are scaling back. How about that submarine? I don't know enough to talk about it. Unfortunately, current events right now, I'm not following. I've seen a lot of memes, but yeah, it's rough. I heard something about the guy who built it and who was running the whole shebang. Went off on some rant about how safety is not important. And I don't know, like that's not good. I mean, you got to take risks, but you should, doing so in a safe environment, in a safe way. There's risk enough in the things that you're doing when it comes to exploration. Why add more? But yeah, that's 2 cents that aren't needed from a guy who has no idea on the situation. I always like to hope people are okay, but it doesn't seem likely. They won't call it a recession. Yeah, I mean, well, they are financially incentivized not to panic people. Yeah. So if you just avoid using the word, it means it's not happening. But if you do use the word, then people panic. You guys don't suck. People will find a way to your shows. Where do we find the money? I heard it's buried in the backyard. Yeah. I mean, people are either laughing or crying about it, depending. I mean, I guess you can do both. You can laugh about the irony of the situation and the willful ignorance. You can feel vindicated about billionaires not being invincible and getting their due for their own hubris. You can be sad that they're actual people. You can be mad that the attention is on them and not on the countless other people who are dealing with more intense situations which have higher body counts. There's a lot of ways you can take the information. I think it's unfortunate that people have this one or the other false dichotomy about things. When you say, but what about these other people here? Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be one or the other. But at the same time, the media only focuses on the attention that people are giving it. And right now, people are giving the attention, so the media is going to double down on it. It's a cycle. And it's a bummer that it rolls that way. It's kind of like I've been watching YouTube lately, right? Not to deviate too much, but definitely to deviate a little bit. And on Facebook and on YouTube, there's a channel called 5 Minute Crafts, I believe. And it's basically what they call a content farm. So they'll just repost videos. They own, the company that owns it owns like 100 different channels. And they just post the same videos over and over from channel to channel. Any video in the craft or food space that is trending, they'll do a version of. And most of the things are wrong. They're falsified. They're not true. Like they'll show like cleaning hacks or baking hacks that don't actually work. And they're pretty obvious that they're false. But they get millions of views because they're produced really well, and they have this, the way that it's laid out keeps you engaged in the content. And the way that YouTube rewards contact is, even if you get to the end and dislike it and leave a negative comment, you are pushing them higher in the algorithm, which means it gets shown to more people, which means that more people engage, which means that they make more ad revenue. So they have no incentive to actually give you real tips or tricks or hacks or whatever. But they have all the incentive to enrage you with their stupidity. And it got to the point where at one point debunking videos of these videos became trending, to which they made their own debunking videos. And a lot of their debunking videos were debunking videos of stuff that they had already posted in the past, even though they were debunking someone else's version of it that somebody else, another content farm basically had reposted. And then that content farm would, and you know, even though they made the video on the same hack first, then they debunk their own previous videos, and they're in the business of making money basically. And we engage either positive or negative, but all of that engagement is the same. And it pushes the content higher. So some of the most things that are seen are the most infuriating things because they're infuriating, because they're stupid, or just blatant misinformation. So like, if everyone is making memes about the sub incident, and everyone has their opinion on this, and they keep going to news sources to get more tidbits of information on it to make these memes or to make their anger known, then it just pushes the news to report on it more and take the time they could have been reporting on something else that's equally important. To spend that time focusing on that. That being said, if you really want to push the algorithm back down to not feature something so heavily, the best thing that you can do is ignore it. Not ignore it as in like it's not important, but not but basically not engage with it in a rageful manner, because they're making money off of your emotions, whether you're angry or excited or whatever. That makes them money in the form of retention and advertising dollars. Yeah, so with the sub thing, I saw it. I was like, oh, this is interesting. I read a little bit about it. And then I wiped my hands of it because it is not something that that deserves all of my attention. But that's just me. I'm an old cranky man. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning. And good morning, Jordan. I haven't said that. It is possible to look at something in more than one way or have multiple points of view. Yes, it is. What are we talking about? We're talking about the algorithm, basically, Jesse. Time to get back to work. Thank you for hanging, Joe. I will say one more thing. I believe there's a, if you guys are familiar with the YouTube personality, PewDiePie, who's like, as a person, I think he's the largest content generator, even though these content farms are pulling in billions of views. 5 Minute Crafts, the parent company especially. PewDiePie made a specific post asking his followers to leave negative comments and to dislike the video. And the video that he asked people to do that for drove it in the algorithm almost like twice as high or 3 times as high as his normal videos. Because basically showing that, at least at the time, YouTube kind of rated its dislike button even higher in the algorithm than its like button. I don't know. It's an interesting experiment. But yeah. So feel free to dislike my post. Use whatever emoji you want. But at the end of the day, the only thing that is needed to push me in the algorithm, or push the music that you like that I create in the algorithm, or for any artist, honestly, is to just engage. A lot of times you see a band post or a whatever post, and you're like, oh, this is cool. And then you just keep scrolling. You might go listen to it on Spotify. You might leave a little like. But if you really want to see those people succeed, you want to leave some comments. You want to leave some reactions. You want to leave a share. And then if you really want to get the crap out of your feed that you're sick of, instead of knee-jerk emotionally reacting to it, try to ignore it. Try to hide it in your feed if you can. Don't react at all. And that will help slow down the virality of the things. But we as humans, we react the opposite way. Anything that's sensationalized, we engage with. And anything that we enjoy, unless we fanatically enjoy it, we don't engage with it as much. All right, that is my rant. Thank you for the filler, Chelsea. Yeah, if you get a chance, speaking of virality, please go check out the new Island Asylum single that drops at 9 p.m. tonight, California time. And also please check out the new Doa's Daydream single, which drops tomorrow at 9 p.m. California time. And be on the lookout for new singles by Hyrie and Weege, with me on them. With me too. And yeah, I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to continue to create. The little 3 dots in the upper right hand corner. That's what I started doing. I started It'll say like show less or hide from feed, or there's options. But yeah, it's a tough world, so stay safe out there. I appreciate the chance to get a chat with you guys. You are all awesome, and I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out, and I'm gonna get back to work. Love you guys.